everybody, hello or welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruth Venom. I hope you guys are having an amazing day and amazing week so far. Yes! So as you can see, I finally added my pictures in the background. Here is my other one. I'll shift my camera. This one was my Chanel one that you saw previously when I lived in my older place, and the place before that. The place before that was just temporary, but the house we lived in before that, this was always like in the background, and I didn't want it behind me this time just so that like the lights wouldn't reflect off that, because the light does reflect off that one pretty bad. But then I have, I'll move my camera so you guys can see it. I have my little cheetah. I'm gonna celebrate my cheetah right behind me to kind of cancel out, and I definitely feel like that's gonna help my lighting issue, just because my light, there was nothing behind me, it was just wall. And I thought about doing like maybe just like a solid theme, but I was like, that's kind of boring. I mean, it looks good on some people's, but I was like, the ones I saw that I could find available to me that I didn't get shipped, because I want to be able to see the background before I actually like purchase it, not online, because sometimes like backgrounds could be really deceiving with pictures. So yeah, that's gonna stay there for now. So hopefully that will help cancel out like different like lighting shades. I'm really hoping. Definitely looking into the lights. I did find some lights, but when I see like the reviews on them, they look just like so tacky, and I'm just like, do I really want to like risk spending $100 just to get like really crappy material? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, but then it's like, what if they're like not what they're actually advertised and I can't return them? So still looking into that. I might just buy another lamp. In this lamp I have like a really high voltage bulb. It's like natural lighting, so it's way better than like this is more of a voltage light bulb than it would in a normal house light bulb. And also I'm almost done with my flower wall. I'm so excited. I just gotta put on the wall, which I might take a couple pictures if I can get it up today with it. But I do have to add in like some like more detail things, so the blackboard doesn't like show behind. But for the most part, it's pretty much done. I just gotta like tweak it a little bit, so I'm pretty excited about that. But in today's video, we are gonna be doing another Easter spring theme. Yes, like she's so cute. And we are doing the e-girl edition. Yes, so I really hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Before we start, I have noticed a couple, not from like you guys that are normally here, if you are new and you see me looking, so here's my camera looking right into it. If just in advance for the newers, because I know somebody new or someone that came across my channel like kind of left a comment saying look in the camera. I am looking in the camera, just that sometimes my eyes do wander over just a little bit, because on my camera, you know how some cameras you can flip it so you can see yourself looking in the monitor. So that's what I'm looking at, as the monitor. And the reason why my eyes always glitch over, they go from straight to looking that way, is just to make sure that my screen isn't going blurry or anything. I am gonna start working on it, but I just want to let everyone know it's not like I'm looking in a mirror looking at myself as what the person said. I'm looking in my monitor to make sure that you guys are actually seeing what I'm doing. So if my mirror is getting in the way, the thing isn't gonna go blurry, and I'm not doing a half tutorial with a blurry vision that you guys can't even see it. But anyways, let's get to it. All right, so I got my eyebrows on, my eye base on, and we put some tape down for some guidance. Yes. So I've been seeing this certain kind of eyeshadow like look going around, and in today's video for this Easter e-girl look, spring Easter e-girl look, I wanted to incorporate that style, so that's why I had the tape here for some guidance. So we are going to be dipping into two palettes, and one of them is going to be Jawbreaker by Jeffree Star, and the other palette we are going to be dipping into to get some of the other colors, it's going to be the Morphe Lucky Charms palette, which I love this one so much. You know, Jeffree Star's eyeshadows can stain your eyelids, but what I really like about this palette before we get started is, you know, it has a bunch of fun colors in here. Like I said, the yellow really was the only one that I had like issues with, but even with the purples and the dark colors, because I'll wear some like these shades like to work and stuff, when I come home and just like try to get it off, it comes off so easily and smooth, and it doesn't stain your eyelids, which is like amazing. But anyways, so in the first shade we are gonna be grabbing it's gonna be out the Morphe Lucky Charms palette. It is gonna be the purple shade, and it's gonna be the Horseshoe, which is right here. Yes, like look at that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab just a little round brush, just like that, dip into her, tap off any excess, and I want to start putting it like right here and kind of going into that. So that is what we're gonna do. Right here, and I'm gonna start bringing it up. And at first I am going to kind of start off not very heavy, just because I do want to create what shape and direction I want to go with this. So I'm going to start doing that first, and I think this is how I want it. So I am going to start, you know, darkening up the purple just a little bit, and doing this with a small brush is very nice, because in that way you're very easily able to control everything, and you know, obviously your brush isn't going to go in to more of an area you don't want to go into. So I am just making sure. Make it just a little bit darker. All right, so now we are also gonna take the same shade. I am gonna pick up a slant brush, if I can find one right here. So just a little slant brush, just like this. We're gonna dip into Horseshoe, the same color, and we are gonna start creating kind of like a wing style, but not too thick, because we are gonna add a shade right above it that's gonna like kind of fade into it. So let's start with this big of a wing, and just make sure this color is very well pigment and bold. Bring it down. And then kind of start fanning it out just a little bit, like on the edge. Alright, so since this step and that step is all done, we're gonna go ahead and do it on the other side real quick. Alright, so that first step is all done. I did have to go in like right underneath both of them just to like clean them up a little bit, because on this side I did mess up a little bit and I just want to clean the bottom edges. So for the next shade, we are going to be dipping into the Jawbreaker palette. Yes, yeah, there's some like tape on my palette. So we are going to go right above this shade right here, and then right above the wing a little bit with some blue. And I'm going to mix Brain Freeze, which is this shade right here. I haven't really used this one much, and also Soaked. So kind of mixing those, so it's kind of like a medium blue, not too light and not too dark. So I'm going to lay that down right there. And for us to really get into this small space that we're going to work with, I'm going to pick up a really, really small brush just like this. And I'm just gonna start with Brain Freeze. First, lay just a little bit down on my little brush. I don't know why it's not focusing. This little brush right here. And just start working it in the color. So we're gonna start right here. And we are gonna start doing this real quick. Just blending in. Sure that Brain Freeze is really up in there, making sure it's very pigmented. Now we're going to start right here, and we're going to do that very, very carefully. So we're going to start just right where we started that wing, and then just placing down that color. And then I'm going to wipe off any excess left on my brush. I'm going to flip it around on this side of the left side of the brush where the color is poking on, and dip into soaked just a little bit, not too much. So just like that, and start mixing it with Brain Freeze. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Maybe dipping both shades in together. So it's kind of like that. So it's kind of like that sky of a blue. So we're gonna start mixing it on top. Just like this. And also fanning out. And do it again on the very bottom. And more on the bottom, I'm kind of just like patting so we don't like go too much into it. And then I am gonna grab my brush that I use for the purple and start mixing these two shades together. So it's kind of like that. And I am just going to grab this brush to kind of wipe off any excess. And then I'm going to pick up that slant edge brush to kind of help with the blending process. I'm kind of doing swipe. I am going to pick up, do I really want that guy? Yeah, I'm going to pick up this little brush to kind of help blend in between both shades, just so we do have a clean brush that's going to help with the blending process. Just to like help smooth these two shades out. Fix the purple a little bit. All right. Now we are going to be adding in a shade right between here, so gotta keep that in mind too. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other side real quick. So with both eyes done, she is coming together. So the next shade we're going to put, which is going to go right between these two, it's going to be from the Jawbreaker, and it is going to be Bubblegum, the really pretty pink. Yes, that is the pink we are going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and grab kind of like this medium small size fluffy brush. I'm going to carefully dip because I accidentally use all my smaller brushes. And I forgot to clean some of my other ones. So this is the smallest I can find. Actually, we're going to use this one. Because this one might help us a little bit better. But this is the one we're going to use. We're going to dip it into Bubblegum. And we are going to start laying it down. So we're going to put it right in the inner corner. Right here. And I'm going to go start with adding it up on the eye right here. And start blending it in to horseshoe. And carefully start adding it right on to the bottom. So I'm going to angle my brush a little bit to really help me get in there. Gonna fix this part real quick. So it's connecting to the blue down here. A little bit more. And then angle the brush again. And I think I'm gonna fan it out right here so there's no like space missing between these two shades. Gonna start adding and blending and really making sure they're all nice and blending together, and making sure the pink is really bold because we definitely don't want a non-pink boldness going on. Maybe just fixing up the blue just a little bit right here. And I'm just using what's ever left on the brushes. So it's kind of looking something like that. There is one more thing we're going to do, but I'm going to go ahead and do the pink style, you know, the pink shadow on the other side real quick. So for the final step for this eyeshadow look, I'm going to grab this sharp edge little brush, the same brush I used for my wing, but I cleaned it off real quick on a little towel in my eye primer. I'm going to take it, kind of swipe the brush on it a little bit. And what we are going to do, make sure it's just a really fine line. I am going to take my eye set that I have right here, and I'm going to start kind of making this line right here. So it's starting right here, going to like the center of the eye. Gonna do it real quick on the other eye because I kind of want to add kind of a different color to kind of balance like the purple and the blues and the pink, so that way they don't like clash together. I mean, if you want to leave it up, you know, if you end up recreating this look, you could leave it like this, but I want to add one more color, so I'm gonna do it on this side real quick. Add a little bit more eye primer just to make sure the color is going to stick, because it is going to be a glitter one. Thanks. Really making sure there is going to be eye primer for it to stick. And I'm just making sure they're both even. All right. So I'm gonna wipe off my brush that I use for the eye primer, and I'm going to use the same brush to dip into the shade, and we are going to dip into Pot of Gold. So we're going to add some gold glitter shimmer in there. So I'm going to dip my brush into that. So it looks just like that. And we're going to go and start patting it on the fresh eye primer. Just getting it down on this side real quick. Gonna take my Bubblegum brush and kind of go against it just to like brush off any like loose shimmer glitter that might be there that could have gotten on this. Just cleaning it up. Alright, so I'm gonna get the rest of my face on and then I will be right back to finish up the look. Alright, so this is the look all done. I put just kind of like a neutral, a little bit darker neutral shade on the lips so it doesn't take like anything away from the eyes, but that's what she looks like. I put my blonde wig on and then I put my little flowery little top on with some little butterfly pins. It looks so cute. Like, just look at that. I put like the e-girl blush on with some freckles. I even did on top of my forehead, but I think I kind of messed that up. But I think the eyeshadow looks amazing. I mean, you can do it non-e-girl style. E-girl style is like if you just want to do just the eyeshadow part and skip like the whole blush and the freckle thing like I did, if you end up redoing it, like, it'd be perfect. Or if you want to do more of like pastel-y colors, I kind of want to do it a little bit pastel-y but not so much. And then right here I added the gold, but I think it'd be easier if you actually have like a gel like glitter pen or something like that. That might help like the boldness. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed. Like, I love this so much. Like, it's so cute. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Always feel free to leave a comment, push the like button, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.